Hello, everybody. Welcome to another show of the podcast, Too Good to Be True podcast. I am your host, Pascal Mayara. Today, we got some topic. We got some NFL topics and we got some NBA topic. If you want to follow this podcast, make sure to follow on this podcast on my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True podcast. Like, subscribe, notify, leave your comment. Or you can listen to the podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcast. That being said, here we go.
Dice is on the beat.
Here we go. So today we are gonna talk about the NFL Thursday Night Football between the Houston Texans and the Buffalo Bills. And I gotta say this is a victory for the um Houston Texans, 23-19. And on a Thursday night that the Bills um are pretty much a little bit being exposed in this game. So so let's recap what let's read some recap. Josh Allen had 253 yard completion, 70.6% in completion, zero touchdown, but he got two interception. James Cook, the running back, had 116 yards, 17 attempts, and one touchdown, and he averages 6.82 in average. Khalil Shakir had 110 yard, a reception, and zero touchdown. Compared to the Buffalo Bill, compared to the Buffalo Bill to the Houston Texans, David Miles had like 153 yards, two touchdowns. He completed 53.3%. Woody Mark, running back of the Houston Texans, had 74 yards, zero touchdown. He had 16 attempts, had 4.63. Nico Nico Collins, same thing. 55 yards, zero touchdown, three reception, average 18.33 yards averages. So what can I say about this game? I could tell you this game that I didn't watch the full game because I was so tired because I had uh courses tomorrow. I had courses on Friday, so I couldn't um watch the game. I could tell you that Josh Allen had been sacked 8 times. Let me repeat this. He had been sacked um eight times during the game against the Houston Texans. And this is a concern for the Buffalo Bills because you don't have Keenan Coleman, who you suspended him because he was late for a meeting, and that that cannot be good. There's been rumor back during uh the trade that you wanted Jaden Waddle, and you could not give up a first round pick. Really, Buffalo? I understand that you wanted to save the first round pick, but Josh Allen need help, and he can't do it by himself. So to me, the Buffalo Bills are in trouble, especially the playoff is coming closer in the game. and and that um and that a Buffalo Bill need to be prepared for the playoffs. Now, right now, you are in the wild card. The New England Patriots are in the first. Are I have probably if the game was starting today, playoffs started today, they'll have a bye week. But but it didn't happen. So this is going to be a big concern for the Buffalo Bill. If you're a Buffalo Bill, are you concerned with your team? If you are, leave a comment on my video. And now for the Houston Texans, I will tell you what. Ever since CJ Stroud had a concussion, the defense has showed up. If the defense continue to play like this during the rest of the regular season, I think me personally, me personally, and I'm often trying to say this that everybody will be afraid to face the Houston Texans without CJ Stroud. By the way, their defense are legit. So I hope that it continue to move, it continue in that direction, and let's see what's gonna happen the rest of the season. Now, moving on from the Buffalo Bills and Houston Texans for a NFL prediction for I believe it's if I'm not mistaken, week 12. Yeah, week 12. So I didn't do yesterday last week prediction, so I'm gonna do my prediction right now. The New York Jets versus the Baltimore Raven. And this one, I'll pick the Raven to beat the New York Jets because they're betting uh Justin Field for Tyrod Taylor. So Baltimore Raven win this game. Pittsburgh versus the Bears. I got. Let me tell you what. Both team are pretty. Both team are pretty good. The Bears are pretty excellent right now. And Caleb Williams is playing very. He's balling out. On the flip side, for the Steelers, they are up and down team. So for me, I got the Bears to win against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I got the Bears to win it. Next game on our schedule, we had the New England Patriots with the Cincinnati Bengals. So we heard that uh, uh, Joe Burrow is not coming back to play this week against the Patriots. Sorry if I'm yawning. I had a long day. I'm very tired. So, but I'm doing my podcast, recording this for you guys. So give me some grace. So for the Patriots versus the Bengals, I got the Patriot winning this game. I don't think Trey May is not Drake May is not going to slow down. So I got the Patriot winning. Giants versus the Lions. Lions wins it. Uh, Jackson Dart is not ready to come back, especially he had his concussion. So I don't think so. Detroit Lions are the Detroit Lions, so Detroit Lions are going to win this game. Next game, the battle of the NFC North. The Minnesota Vikings versus the Green Bay Packers. I got the Packers winning against the Vikings, so I'm not surprised about that. The Green Bay Packers are winning this. The Colts versus the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a state emergency for the Chiefs. This is a state emergency for the Chiefs because if they do not win this, they're out of the playoff picture. So for that, I got the Colts winning it, but in my heart, I will pick the Chiefs. So I got the Chiefs winning this game over the Colts, in my opinion. Seattle versus the Titan. Seattle easily. I got nothing to say about Seattle. So Seattle Seahawks win this. Jacksonville Jaguar versus Arizona Cardinal. Jacksonville, they winning this game. I got nothing to say. Kyle Murray, probably this is probably going to be his last year with the Colt Cardinal. They're probably going to make a trade. I don't know, but let's see what's going to happen. Next game, the Cleveland Browns versus the Las Vegas Raiders. So this is Shedeur Sanders' officially debut against the Raiders, which the Raiders are a bad team. So I'm gonna make a shocking decision. I'll pick the Brown um winning it over the Raiders. Next game, the Eagles versus the Falcons versus the Cowboys. I got Eagles winning it. The battle NFC East. The Eagles winning it. NFC South rivalry. The Falcons versus the Saints. I got my Saints winning it because I'm a Saints fan. I'm a diehard Saints fan, and I gotta ride with my team and die with this team. So Saints fan winning it. The Saints are gonna win. Next game, the Buccaneers versus the Rams. I got the Rams winning it. Simple. The Panthers versus the 49ers. Panther winning it because they are in a momentum, so the Panthers are going to win this. So those are the prediction of the um, NFL for Week 12. Um, moving on, uh, moving on the from this, I want to talk about the LaMelo Ball situation. So a little bit NBA. So there's been a rumor circulating that LaMelo Ball wanted to request a trade, wanted to be traded because he is frustrated with the organization and they don't have no direction to go. And LaMelo Ball heard that, so and he has something to respond about it. So I'm probably gonna uh react to what he said. So so I'm gonna share it, the video. I'm gonna share it with you guys, so you guys can read it with me. So it's been said, Lamelo pushed back Lamelo Ball stand on firm amid trade rumor as reality facing Charles Hornets explained. And the NBA inside Mark Stein talked to Talksport admitted rumor about Lamelo Ball's future at the Charlotte Hornets. So I So as the Charlotte Hornets continue to struggle, one of their star mates is under increasing scrutiny, which this week turned into a speculation about whether Ball's future remains with the team. The Hornets are 4-11 after a month of I think they're 4-12, 4-12. After a month session of the season, have not made a playoff since Ball arrived at the team as the number one pick. in the 2020. After enjoying a good campaign last year, the 24 years old to establish himself as a fixture into the lineup despite entering his sixth season with the team. Heading into the Hornet game against the Clippers Saturday, which they lost, so they're 4-12. He had played just 240 games out of the position of 419 since he signed with the team, a little over 50%. Rumors of Ball future being outside of Charlotte began when Yahoo Sport article claimed that the 2022 point guard was open to trade. Ball took exception to report responding to a story on X with clown emojis. But where there's smoke, there's fire. And the NBA Inside Market has been speaking to talk and revealed the conversation about having Ball begun against the league before retaining that the player himself has not declared he went out. There's already a lot of conversation league wide about where things go from here with LaMelo Ball. That's what Stein said. At this point, the early signal, LaMelo Ball has pushed back on the notion that he's open to a trade. It is very early in the trade season in the NBA start around December 5th. That's the date that most players sign contract in the summer before become trade eligibility. But at this point, the Hornets are saying that they don't want to trade him. So, so later on Friday, Ball told a reporter that there was no desire to move on, d- doubling down in his early social media posting. I love being here, was Ball said. Friday following practice. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just trying to win. That's it. That's why we're going to keep doing it. Ball also addressed the Yahoo Sport article claiming he won a trade. He never heard that come from me. So the source is not from me, Ball said. So it just false info. Where they get too big, you gotta say something. So it was so much that you making headline and obituary report and this is that. So I didn't want to keep it going. Hornet coach Charlie also spoke to the media and made clear that Bot is part of the long-term plan. He is a huge piece of what we do, offensively and defensively, he said. So I don't want to read all the rest of the article. So you can read this article from Talksport.com. So thank you very much, Talksport.com, to bring out this article. So what is my thought about this? If LaMelo Ball said that it is true that he does not want to be traded, well, I believe it because he does not want to be traded. If he get traded, where he's gonna go? In your opinion, I cannot even think about one team he can go. That's my personal opinion. If you got something to say that LaMelo Ball wants to trade, and it coming from out in his mouth, I understand that. But because he didn't say that, so there's speculation that he's staying. So I think he is a term for the Charlotte Hornets. And he's young, so so I got no issue with LaMelo Ball responding to that reporter because some of those reporters try to make lies about an athlete. For instance, they want to be traded, and I don't believe that. I never believed it, and I'm never gonna believe it. So LaMelo Ball is staying with the Hornets, and and let's see what's gonna happen in the future. In let's say February. So that's yeah, February. Yeah, I believe that February. is probably gonna tell us if he wants to stay and want to go. But before we continue to our next topic, um, I want I want to say this that I want to give my deepest condolences to the Rogers family because the NBA community had lost the path and in the passing of Rodney Rogers, who, by the way, was a sixth man of the year while playing with the Phoenix Sun, and he played 12 years during the NBA season. And I wish nothing but the best, and I hope heavenly that God opened the door for you. So rest in peace, Rodney Rogers, and we will never forget what you did. And he's close to his wife and family. In my deepest sadness, so rest in peace. Moving on from this, you heard the news about the Lakers. The front office has fired the Bus brother. Yes, this is not a dream, people. That is reality at its best. So, according to ESPN, ESPN, that the Lakers are firing the Bus brother under their new ownership. Um, what my thought about this? What I thought about this about this situation with the Bus brother? That it's normal. I think it's a big deal, but to me, it's not really a big deal because number one, you um know when you got new ownership who's coming, and you got a new staff out who's coming already coming. You know they're going to fire the old regime of people who are working in the organization. So that that was not shocking at all. Now, do you do I think that Genie Bus was the reason why their brother was fired? Probably. And also that the Lakers have a new front office. They already have the future on Luka Doncic, and something's gonna change. Change is coming in the Laker organization. I got nothing to say about that. But if the brother felt type of way that I wish his sister told them before they get fired, now that is concerning because because if Ge- Genie Buzz what did not warn the his two brother, it will be a conflict. So to me, um, it's very interesting. Moving on from this, another uh going on with the Lakers is that Adam Silver requested the Lakers to hand every document from 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 the Lakers about the gambling investigation. So, if you don't know, the gambling is still continuing with the Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, and so on and so forth. So, so this is gonna be very concerned. So let's read this article that I read on at the Athletic. So the Athletic. So this is from the New York Times Athletic. So let's read this. The NBA has asked the LA Lakers to hand over documents and other property as part of the investigation into illegal sport gambling, according to Athletic. As the result, charge filed against Damon Jones, a former NBA player, and LeBron James, a former shooting coach, who has special access to the Lakers. Watchtower investigators are expecting to see documents, including cell phone and phone records, from at least 10 Lakers employees and told by the Athletic. Per league source, the Lakers assistant trainer Mike Muncia and executive administrator Randy Myth are among the employees who are already cooperating and who voluntarily hand their cell phone over to the investigator. The Lakers employed both Muncia and Myth because of their tie to James. The fresh scrutiny is expected to examine their relationship with Jones. So what did it mean? So you know the investigation is still continuing. You know that the other players and former player probably gonna be involved. So I think this is a big deal. Number one. Number two, and I hope that everybody in the league are not involved in gambling, because if it is gambling, I think probably their career will be over. But this one with the Ryan Myth, who's close to LeBron, James Friend, has his own business, so on and so forth. But if you ever told me in this year 2025 that athletes are gambling, this a lot of athletes trying to gamble, I would not believe you, because I know that the other players who don't gamble, who want to be in a private life and do their thing. And I feel bad for those other people, like the innocent one who don't gamble, probably going to be investigating the stuff. And I don't think it's just a Laker thing. I think it's a whole the whole 29 other 30 team. So this is going to be concern for the next couple of months, because if they find out they're gambling, I think they're gonna cut that relationship with the ESPN with the betting world. So we don't have the full detail, but I hope they're gonna continue digging up investigation in private. That's all I gotta say about that. Next topic we're gonna talk about is Chris Paul is retiring after this season. Yet CP3 point guard is going to retire this season, and damn, it's like it feel like to me all those players that I grew up um or know are retired or passed away. So I want to read this. So LA Clipper guard Chris Paul is retiring after this season. His 21st campaign of the NBA. Paul is 12th All-Star and 11th member of the All-NBA team. Selection to the 75th graded player list. Ninth-time All-Defense team 2006 Rookie of the Year. So that's a hell of accomplishment. And he got two gold medals on his resume. So it's very interesting. But what can I say about that? CP3 had a hell of a career, and if he can go to the sunset, and he deserves to be out of the sunset in peace. And I wish nothing but the best of CP3. Our last topic, and this topic is very serious, people. So I know I don't have time, so I'm going to talk about it. So we talk about why are some NBA All Star players are injured. So I found this article on Complex, Complex.com, who talk about sports, sneakers, and so on and so forth. And there was a question asked, um, why are so many injury NBA star injured? So I know this article is super long, but but we can read a snippet of it. So, oh, you don't want me to read it. So you can watch it at Complex News Complex. You can read it. The article is still up there, so you can read it. My opinion. Why do I think the All Star player, NBA star, are injured? In my opinion, without reading the whole text, I think the whole comment of the text, what Complex did. In my personal opinion. My personal opinion, I think why they're injured. Number one is the pace of the game. Two, the condition what you guys doing. Because some player after the playoff they don't rest, which is a bad sign to do it. So don't do it. Um, thirdly, I said it. I said that it's the pace of the game. It is the condition, and the third of the game is. I think it's third pace. Damn, I can't believe I'm tired. Oh, man, I wish I didn't do that. But whatever. The third reason why the NBA is injured is because of the low top shoes what they have. And look, I do have some two low top shoes of Kobe and LeBron in my house. But there comes certain point that we need to verify the sneakers, and they need to stop making lows, and they got to go high. Because I'm afraid that if they continue to get injured, they can say goodbye to their career. So, so this is a very serious case with this. And I understand people say Victor Wembanyama have a back last year he got a block clock, so that is he got an excuse. But the rest people who don't have who's injured, I want you guys to change your nutrition and take a rest. And that's better for you. It may be 4 weeks or 10 weeks. Just take a break. So I hope that the NBA need to fix something about those injuries. So that that I want to see the NBA player healthy, especially the player who got more injury like Zion, Job, and so on and so forth. in my opinion. So thank you very much for listening to this podcast. Make sure to follow this podcast on YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True Podcast. Like, leave your video a comment, and so on and so forth. Listen to Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. It is available in any platform. Uh, you can follow me on Twitter, X, X and Facebook. So let's start with and Instagram too. So Instagram is Pascal underscore Mayada underscore 15. Same thing with Thread. Facebook is Pascal Mayada. And and, and what I said? I said Facebook, Instagram, and X formerly Twitter is at Belly versus PMM. Let me repeat this: at Belly versus PMM. So thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you